Please come. You are looking smart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vaibhav, just briefly introduce yourself.
So my name is Vaibhav Vishal. I was born in Bihar Sharif, Nalanda. I've done my basic education from Patna. After that, I've shifted to Karnataka for my graduation. I've graduated in Information Science and Engineering from MS Ramaiah Institute of Technology, Bengaluru, Karnataka. After that, I have been preparing for Civil Services examination. I have 3 hobbies: listening to old Hindi music, religious tourism, and hitting the gym.
And you come from Nalanda.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a great place.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, Vishal. So you are from Bihar, you studied in Karnataka. I'll take you to Northeast. So Manipur is in Northeast. So tell us what is being discussed about Manipur in Parliament of India.
So Manipur is in a state of turmoil. It has been there since past 1.5 years. The parliamentary debates have been happening, but not to a certain extent as it would have. Even our Honorable Prime Minister has addressed the issue, and there were chances of our Honorable Home Minister visiting the state, but the chaos still continues even after that.
You mean Home Minister has not been there after the crisis started?
So as far as I had read, there was supposed to be a visit in the recent past, but I'm not sure whether he has visited or not.
Okay. No, I'm referring to the current session of Parliament, whatever is happening in Parliament, because Parliament has to deal with certain issues. So Manipur in what way will be figuring in Parliament also?
Sir, it is in Northeast India, very close neighborhood of Manipur is there, sir. One of our very significant partners, and we have India-Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway which is being developed, which will cross via Manipur. We need accessibility for our northeastern states, and Moreh is a terminal which is located in Manipur, via which we can find an alternative to the Siliguri corridor.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Like certain things have happened which brings matter of Manipur to Parliament of India now.
So I'm sorry, sir. I'll have to check about that.
No, I mean, I'll come directly because now it is under President rule. So
Right.
what happens to a state when it is under President rule?
So the assembly goes under non-animation, and president rules via the governor of the state. And the governor has given certain instructions, such as people to disarm themselves and return the arms that they had taken away from the Greeks.
I'm referring to the issues which come from assembly, which is, as you say, your word was not correct.
Suspension, sir.
This is called suspended animation because it's still valid. It has not been dismissed. But this one, so there certain matters compulsorily come to Parliament. Like basically now we are in budget session.
Yes, sir.
So what happens to budget of Manipur?
So it is discussed in the parliament, it gets approved.
So like Parliament passes the budget of this one, the states which are under this one.
Yes, sir.
And one more thing, like because once President rule is imposed, it has to be ratified.
Yes, sir.
So for ratification, it comes to Parliament. So apart from other things like whatever is happening and violence and all the things for last about 2 years. So these two things like I wanted you to mention because this has happened between last session and this session.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Talking of more northeast, what is the issue in Manipur which has created the situation where like we've been hearing Manipur in the mainland? Earlier, I think we were not hearing that much. So what is the main issue of Manipur?
So the main issue would be the conflict between the Kuki-Zo tribals as well as the Meitei tribals. It is said that the Meiteis, who are Neo-Vaishnavites, are significantly already having larger representation, both in terms of politics as well as in educational institutions. But via the High Court judgment, they were given certain reservation, which was the initial stage because of which the conflict started to arise.
No, can High Court give reservation?
They asked, they ordered, sir, to provide
Can they
reservation.
order?
As far as my recollection goes, sir, they said provided with some 10%.
Yeah, no, because rights of Parliament cannot be hijacked by
Yes.
High Court. So it's only the Parliament
Yes.
which can give reservation. The issue is giving tribal status to Maites.
Yes.
And like maybe like you are not correct when you are saying that Maites are more well placed. Maites are the I have handled the Northeast for
Yes.
5 years, so Maites feel that they are the most who have suffered post-independence because they lost power, political power, because earlier they were the ruling despot. Others have become tribal, so they have lost in terms of employment also, and I think every way. So they don't feel that, that Maites have been this one. And their population is much bigger than
Yes, sir.
Cookies and even Nagas. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, Vaibhav. You come from Bihar Sharif.
Yes, sir.
What is the historical significance of Bihar Sharif?
So during the Pala dynasty, it used to be the capital of the ancient Magadha Empire. Then it also was the location of the Uttantapuri University during the Pala age. Later on, it was also associated with the Nalanda University. However, it's in close proximity, not in the exact Bihar Sharif. And Bihar Sharif is also famous for the Sheikh Maktoum Yahya Maneri Dargah, because of which the name Sharif.
Who was he?
So he was a Sufi saint.
Sufi saint. Of which branch?
So may I take an educated guess?
Yeah.
So I think he was Suhrawadi saint.
Okay. Okay. Now your optional is geography,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? I have read somewhere that the Earth's movement, rotation, has been slowed by something which China has done. What was that?
So may I take a moment?
ये खाली प्लेट रख दो ये
So I think they had conducted an experiment of some kind, but I'm not really.
Three Gorges Dam.
Alright.
It has reduced Earth's movement by 1.5 second or something like that.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Now tell me another thing. Cyclone, typhoon, and hurricane. What is the difference between?
So it's mostly the nomenclature. Cyclone mostly happens in the Indian Ocean region. Hurricanes mostly in the Atlantic and the Pacific areas, and typhoons is the Japanese name of the similar kind in Pacific.
Okay.
particularly close to Japan.
Now religious tourism.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by religious tourism? Where else have you toured?
So religious tourism means that not just exploring the religious aspect of a particular place, but also associating with the kind of local culture, the cuisine, the people, and the.
So which important place you visited last?
So I have visited Kheer Bhavani Mandir in Srinagar, Shankaracharya Temple, Sri Mata Vaishno Devi, Kali Ghat Mandir in Kolkata. Several of the Jyotirlingas I've been to: Shirdi Sai Baba, Tiruvananthapuram Padmanabh Swami Mandir. Then,
Do you believe in Sai Baba?
so he is a prominent figure, and he is a source of devotion for multiple of several.
So which Sai Baba? Puttaparthi you visited or you
The
visited
Shirdi Sai Baba in
Shirdi?
Maharashtra.
Okay. Now tell me something. Very recently, the newly formed party of Bangladeshi youths, they have accused army of something. What was it?
So they've accused the army of
Bangladesh, obviously.
They have said that they assisted Sheikh Hasina to be transported back to India.
And they said that they allege that the army wants her back.
Yes.
My last question is, IPL is going on.
Yes.
IPL, PIL and PLI, what do they stand for?
So IPL is Indian Premier League. PLI is PIL is a public interest litigation, and PLI is please give me a moment, sir. I'll have to look on that.
Okay.
Sir, I'll have to check upon that.
Okay. And OCI, OIC, and IOC.
So OCI is Overseas Citizenship of India. IOC is Indian Ocean Conference.
Okay. Where was it held recently?
So I'm forgetting that.
Okay, no, Muscat. Now, other one,
Could you please repeat that last one?
OIC.
OIC is Organization of Islamic Cooperation.
Right. Thank you very much. That was all.
Okay, Vaibhav.
Yes.
So, my first question to you is that stubble burning is a huge issue in northern states.
Yes, sir.
So, why this issue is not there in southern states? How are they managing it?
So, stubble is largely the Green Revolution tended to happen in the northern states, Punjab, Haryana region, and because of that, most of the farmers are associated with the wheat and rice-related crops, and the stubble is mostly associated with that. Southern states on
Stubble is associated with wheat and rice. This is what you're saying.
the crop, the burnings, yeah.
So, stubble is also associated to wheat crop?
So the rice remains that ocean that is remained in the ground.
Stubble burning issue is related to wheat as well as rice crop or only rice crop?
So I think it's only associated with rice.
Okay.
And so in the southern states, most of the irrigation is not that of a flood irrigation kind of a model. They mostly go for tank irrigation and canal-based irrigation. So they have a shorter duration of the growth of wheat. And go on further.
But they are also growing rice crop, they are also growing paddy.
Yes, sir.
So, is stubble left after that there in southern states?
So mechanization is there. They're using threshers and harvesters, so they are removing it via that compared to the normal.
You mentioned that you stayed in southern India also?
Yes, sir, I did.
Where?
Karnataka, so Bangalore.
So, what are they doing with their paddy crop?
So I haven't checked up on it.
You didn't check during your graduation?
So it's been a very long time, so
Okay.
it's all things.
So, since you are keen on geography and all. So, if I say that engage America, manage China, and reassure Russia, how would you elaborate it?
So bilateral treaty is in progress with America. So we need more engagement, more cooperation. It is one of our significant partners, and with growing times, we need to engage with America more. Managing China, sir, we have a border dispute with China, where its palm and five-finger strategy is something that India should be concerned about. Along with that, we need to improve trade relations, because that is an area where we are lagging compared to China. China has better market opportunities in India, but India is not being able to target Chinese market. So that's where we can manage China. And reassuring Russia is where Russia is a time-tested partner of India since the 1970s. So we need to make sure that Russia stands for India, because it is one of the G5 members in the United Nations.
And if I add that extend neighborhood, what would it mean to you?
So reaching out to the neighborhood countries, such as offering humanitarian assistance, as we had been done in Pakistan also when they had flood and earthquakes in recent past. Then having better relations with Maldives, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Myanmar would be on the chart.
This is the immediate neighborhood. What about extending neighborhood?
So we can have better friendly relations with countries such as Afghanistan and Iran, southern Eastern Asian nations, which were already invited during the Republic Day celebrations, as well as during the oath-taking ceremony of our Honorable Prime Minister. So we can also go ahead for the African Union, which is largely unexplored, but now has become a member of G20 group.
Okay. If tomorrow Iran also becomes like Afghanistan, Israel, Iran, all-out war. So, how would that impact India?
So definitely India has some investments and better relations with Iran, such as the Chabahar port, which India is currently developing with Iran. If at all some sort of government changes and the regime change is kind of an extremist mindset, then significant changes might happen in the relations, but as a global power and one which tries to become the Vishwaguru.
How would it affect India-Central Asia relations and
So,
India-Russia relations?
Yes, sir. The accessibility, which we are already very limited via the Pakistan borders because they are not letting us in. So the alternate route was via the Chabahar and the Zaranj Dilaram route and the International North-South Transport Corridor. So
Exactly. Thank you so much.
You come from Bihar, so, and you opted for geography as an option.
Yes, sir.
If somebody outside Bihar is asking you this question, can you describe the geographical features of Bihar to the state?
Sure, sir. So geographically, Bihar is a very rich state divided into north and south parts by the river Ganga. The northern Bihar, largely flood prone, is also a zone of alluvial soil which gets replenished almost every year. The southern Bihar, on the other hand, sir, in the southwestern parts, we have the Rohtas Plateau region, which is an extension of the Vindhyas and the Satpuras region into the state. Several of the waterfalls are there, such as the Karkatgarh Falls. Then the southern Bihar region, if we talk about the Magad, it is very drought prone. And we have certain hills in the Jamui region as well, which is in the southern eastern region. Along with that, we have some tea growing region in the district of Kishanganj, which is very close to Darjeeling.
Do you think there is any contribution of geography to the economics of Bihar?
Definitely, sir. There can be an implication that because of the flood-prone region of the North Bihar, migration is happening from Bihar for a significant period of time. And with climate change taking place and the warming up of the earth, definitely the amount of floods that we are witnessing on a yearly basis are increasing, and it will have an impact on Bihar's economics.
You lived in Karnataka for
Yes, sir.
quite a long time, and if you compare with the development parameters of Bihar and Karnataka, where do you find Bihar lacking?
So, if we can talk about the laggings in Bihar, firstly, there is no tier 1 city in Bihar even as of now. Even Patna is considered to be a tier 2 city. We do not have an IT hub. Or on the contrary, Karnataka has several IT hubs, the Bengaluru being one of the Silicon Valley of India. Then again, sir, infrastructure, it has tremendously improved, but yet we are yet to our first expressway, which is still in development. Apart from that, sir, industrialization is an aspect where Bihar certainly is lagging, right?
So if IT hub can be created in Bihar, things could improve quite a lot, is it?
Definitely, sir. Since IT or any service-related sector associated with IT, they can provide services from any nooks and corners of the country or anywhere in the world. This will generate local employment, both indirect and indirect prospects as well. So we can have a better opportunities.
The kind of significance Nalanda has got, because you are interested in religious tourism also. If you compare in one of the Southeast Asian countries, I mean, their inflow of tourists is quite a lot more than what we get here. When do we find deficient?
So it's very unfortunate that we haven't been able to develop the infrastructure, the kind of infrastructure which is required for the international tourists. Cleanliness is another measure that we need to take care of. Several of the sites are still in a very dilapidated condition, which we need to improve. Definitely the government is working, but infrastructure such as the airport, the connectivity should improve. Public-private partnership with hotels, such as the Taj Group has recently opened a hotel in Patna, but we need to have more hotels in the areas where the tourists are actually going, such as Rajgir, which is a very small town. So we need more investments over there.
You don't think law and order has any contribution to this?
For a significant period of time, sir, definitely law and order was an issue in Bihar, but in the past 20 years, it has been seen that law and order has tremendously improved. The situation is much better now. So definitely there is no threat to the tourists per se, so they can definitely go and enjoy all the scenic beauty that they have.
You studied information science and engineering. To a layman, how do you explain the subject?
So it's basic computing, but mostly talking about the hardware which we see when a person or a layman is seeing the computer is not that we study more which is in the background, which we study the knowledge via which the computer gives the output. So that's where the information science and
If I call it IT and communication, would you agree?
No, sir, because IT and communication particularly is a very different domain, and that is not we had studied when we were studying information science.
Are you satisfied with the way information technology has developed in our country? Since 1947, if you look at South Korea, for example, with the kind of situation they were in and we were in, maybe same at the time, 47. Where are we and where are they now? And why are we, if at all, we are lagging behind? Why are we like that?
So I was watching this interview, and some gentleman said that there was a statement made by the government which said that the IT industry was they skipped the attention of the government, and that's why it tremendously boomed during that period. The IT industry wasn't a government scheme to be implemented. It was mostly by the initiative of a few individuals who started in the southern India region. And definitely, we have had several of the IT hubs now, but areas such as robotics, which is quite popular in South Korea, we haven't been able to harness it as of yet. So most of the contribution coming from, we have human resource, but it's mostly that the people are shifting abroad, or they want not to go for the research, but to get an employment. And engineering or any sort of good colleges are offering them a gateway towards a middle class lifestyle. So rather than continuing towards research, they are shifting towards a better economic prospect, and that is why we continue to lag in terms of research.
Don't you think infrastructure or raw material also play a role in this?
Surely, sir. But raw materials definitely is a significant part of computing, sir, and that can be imported. And definitely, India is currently lagging on that part. So infrastructure has tremendously improved, but we need to work more upon that.
That's all from us.
Thank you so much.
How did you do?
I would say that well.
You are in little hurry.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. When you speak, I think if you can pause, the emphasis will be more emphasis on whatever you're saying, you know.
Sure, sir.
That will add to whatever you're saying.
Sure, sir.
So you seem to be little in a hurry. Just try to practice that.
Definitely.
See, Vishal, like your expression is very good, like articulation of things and all this, and as if like you are familiar with what you are being asked, you respond quite this one. But yeah, maybe like you can pause a minute,
Sure, sir.
pause for a second, take your time and focus on this one. Otherwise, your articulation is excellent, and your modulation of the voice and all this thing is good. Only thing I can suggest is like when you are taken into tricky area like Manipur, be sure of the facts. So once you are not sure of the facts, say like, okay, you don't know, but because I had to bring to you Parliament and this president rule and all this thing by asking 3-4 questions.
Yes.
So maybe like you could ask anything, because see the latest thing which has happened is the imposition of president rule.
Yes, sir.
Because violence has been going on for 2 years. So like my specific thing was why Parliament is discussing or why Manipur is figuring in Parliament is because of that.
Yes.
So you need a focused answer to that one. Otherwise your articulation, your expression, the knowledge on subjects is pretty good. But factual thing like this one, don't give a wrong answer. Or like where like focus should be more on current affairs like this one, where like things happening after president rule, because budget compulsory comes here, ratification of president rule has to happen. So these things like maybe like you have to either upgrade your knowledge or remain focused.
Sure, sir.
Well, there is nothing more to add besides whatever has been suggested. So all the best to you.
In my questions, you were, I mean, that wheat thing was
Except
only
for the wheat.
surprising, then the rest was
Good. So like
All the best.
Thanks.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.